The Knicks lost 3 of their last 10, now following second worst in the Eastern Conference. Mike Miller can't rotate his players for shit. I have seen better coaching stability from the Brooklyn Nets back from the from the from the from the Kenny King era when they had Jeremy Lin sitting his ass home every 2 seconds and having his best career nights in preseason, then watching the New York Knicks play every night. RJ Barrett went for 14 but had oh my god, he went 14 points off 29 minutes. It sounds pretty good for a rookie the way he produces, but by God, it's not that much as you think it is. When he's racking up at least 5 assists, 4 rebounds, the most coming out of, I think, Bobby Portis. When he shows up in light splashes, when I mean show up in light splashes, the best thing going over the past couple, like they only played 2 games this week, and their best highlight was Alfred Payton crossing up Mike Conley, and then Ben Blackmore getting crossed up by Wayne Ellington. But guess what? Wayne Ellington only played 25 minutes, and being a 3-point specialist back from Miami, he comes out like he averaged at least 6-8 points. He's getting 3 points against a team like Utah. It's only a game in front of the other team you're playing against, OKC, that got snuffed so hard. I think they got lost by 40 points by the time, I think on Sunday again. No, I think it was on last Friday against the Milwaukee Bucks because they couldn't shoot a 3. Maurice Harkless, they rely too much on Taj Gibson over the rotation. I thought they needed a big man, so when we thought we were about to get Andre Drummond, we forgot that we're the Knicks. The starters were Maurice Harkless, Julius Randle, Taj Gibson, RJ Barrett, and smartly at the 1, I think it works, Alfred Payton. And he produced. Played tremendously tonight. He racked up 20 points. Got like 7 assists. He got 5 assists off 4 rebounds and played a decent 61%. He shows promise, and he's a great role player, great off the rotation. He can demand the fast break. Frank Ntilikina had a shocking dunk in the third after blow-bying one defender. I think that was Royce O'Neal. I felt like nobody knew how to stop Rudy Gobert, and it was just to pressure him and piss him off. It wasn't like when they played Houston a couple nights ago, when the only thing Julius Randle could do against Harden was foul him off the perimeter, but Harden went 0 for 8 until the second half. So, shit, the Knicks luck, right? Rotating off, making RJ Barrett play all those minutes to make him brick open threes until he's open from the top of the key. He moves the ball fine. It just feels like they have no strategy other than, well, hit from the corner, and if anybody, I swear to God, please make Mitch Robb do not challenge Rudy Gobert in the paint, and he'll get dunked. He got dunked on. It took both Bobby Portis and Randle to miss Rudy Gobert from a dunk, and he dunked. Rudy Gobert dunked. Kevin Knox got a turnover, misused his time, and I heard already controversy about him maybe hitting the G League because of this terrible display, only hitting 19 minutes. He's only a sophomore. He's 20% from behind the arc, and he only made two points, 2 measly points. Wayne Ellington scored more than him. Frank Ntilikina scored more than him. Reggie Bullock, that went over like a huge little streak of him averaging 13 points a game, and he got 4 points. Shit luck when the only thing you're good for is being a decent role player in Detroit, and you can only hit corner threes, and people think you're a good player. PJ Tucker's a good player, but smartly enough, D'Antoni thinks you could run the 5 all because you're a good hustler. All because you're a fatter, older Marcus Smart doesn't make you a good player to play the 5. That's not how it works, D'Antoni. You didn't even do that when you were back in New York. They still use centers in New York. Robinson kept Upon thinking on threes, the best thing that happened in the night was obviously a Frank Ntilikina dunk from a blow by from the paint. And, of course, the crossover Alfred Payton did to Mike Conley from the mid corner. It was a nice little layup. It was a smart play, and they kept blow buying almost anybody. Randall tried his best to try to get some putback scores in the fourth quarter. If it felt like these guys were trying to play basketball more than they tried in Houston. How many late chances they had, nearly giving the game away until a Westbrook desperation time to get a foul. Then most of his time in OKC, he would just chuck in a 3-pointer, just a simple 1, 2, get 3 dribbles in, and then he'll just chuck up a 3 from top of the key and make sure Steve Adams tries to grab the rebound so we can get it back over to Ferguson or Roberson. And now look at the Thunder now. They're still in a big playoff push, only a win away from the Utah Jazz in an 8th seed spot. So I'm not going to complain. Just know that the Knicks played like shit when some of the Western Conference teams are pretty flawed. Julius Randle did mark up 32 points, though. So did Maurice Harkless, but he was 25 from the field. And he had the least amount of minutes than most of the starters. Because he can't do shit. He got 2 points. As a starting small forward. 2 freaking points. He got 2 points. Because he can't do anything on the offensive or the defensive side. He can't grab rebounds. He's not good than he was in Portland. We can't do anything with our youth players for some apparent reason. Damian Dotson wasn't dressed to play tonight. So wasn't Alonzo Tier. And these guys are young, good, hustlerish players that can rely on the paint. And they're incredibly athletic. Don't know why you thought of still starting veterans. You don't know how many young guys, how many veterans you have than rookies or guys that you developed. The oldest guy out of most of the guys in the roster that you developed is Frank Ntilikina when he was drafted back in 2017. And he has sparks. He's good off a fast break. He's a decent finisher, and he developed at least over the past couple of years from just being he'll just shoot an open corner 3, and sometimes he'll just dot a guy from the baseline. It's that terrible. My Miami Heat are doing fine. I just like shitting on New York teams because I lived here for this long, and I haven't even seen them hit the playoffs since 2012. 13. And they also had coaching issues, problem issues, franchise issues, a new president, but Dolan is still running this shit like this is his own karaoke night. They lose 112 to 104 when they're already below 500. You guys have the worst road record in the league. And you're telling me the best part was just Taj Gibson. You guys have so many free agents on this salary roll, and you're telling me that your free agents have to produce. Your free agents have to produce. I can't get small sprites of everybody. Because they thought, oh, we have super max cap. They never thought of capitalizing on anybody. Not on Kuzma. Not on Drummond, when the only thing he can literally do is grab rebounds. And somewhat the casual dunk. We've seen more of his debut night than the Knicks' entire front court for the past 10 games. That's not good. But the largest being 40 mil from Julius Randle, and he puts up so minuscule effort from the paint when all he can just do is just small ball, decent era. If it was up to me, I would give him a $25 million contract, not a 40 mil. That's like big time money. I'm just lucky it's not a supermax unless he plays the next year and he actually does all right to be an all-star. And the dude's like 25, so he had a lot brung up to him since his time in LA and the best time he produced when he was in New Orleans. So I'm just a bit agitated because you have so many guys and so many big deals. Like Alfred Payton you plan to extend to a lot of money. To my chagrin. As much as I really don't want to see this bullshit happen. And how many guys you have in the rookie contract and they're not giving a cinch of minutes or getting the ball as much as they really wish to. And it aggravates me because I really have the Knicks winning the offseason. And the most make is a guy that averages less than Devin Booker. RJ Barrett is at least doing okay. He gets some good games in. I'm seeing a lot of Elfrid Payton that's shockingly becoming one of the more improved players because he actually shows he can be a pretty good floor general. He's good at moving out the ball. He can actually shoot with his hair off. And uh, Bobby Portis is good in sprints. He's just not deserving of a $15 million contract or that 40 mil that you idiots give Julius, all because he had one good night in New Orleans. So that's practically my opinion. The Utah Jazz game was a wrap. We obviously knew that the Knicks were actually going to lose to a team with not a flawed system that actually works on their guns and are actually smart in basketball. That's how the Utah Jazz been for the past several seasons. They just couldn't exceed to make it to the Western Conference Final because there were teams better than them. So, yeah, just know I really hate the Knicks just playing down, like playing up to teams that are better than them. But when they play down to their competition, is against teams that are already supposed to hit the lottery. So teams like the Memphis Grizzlies that they'll get snuffed by 30, but they'll show a close game against a team like the Clippers, but they'll lose by 15. So that just scares the shit out of me. How much you guys just allow Bojan Bogdanovic to splash a three. Conley, you know how many times Joe Ingles got some of you guys on pump fakes. Bogdanovic got Mitchell Robinson feeling like he was reaching for God and then falls to the bleachers that is his reality and where he might be going in the future, and he'll just hit a mid-corner three. It's that simple to stop this rookie-selected team that's full of scrubs and full of overplayed Negroes that obviously have no skill in the court. It just aggravates me. So that's practically it. I'm sick of ranting on the Knicks. If you have players that are trash but still decent in role playing motifs, you can't have teams up a former player like Moutier, Niang, Tony Bradley, or Jordan Clarkson make a mockery out of you. It's really bad. It is. This was a terrible game, and the Knicks know that. Mike Miller is a trash coach. So was David Fizdale. Whatever they're going to do in the offseason, we know that Mike Miller is a temporary coach. Hopefully the president does well than our previous one. Dolan can go hang on a tie or something or get stabbed by a microphone. I don't even know how you can do that, but that's just my opinion. Anything else? That's practically it. This was a terrible game. Hopefully the Knicks win their next game against OKC. So that's all the optimism I have. Thanks for watching, folks. This is a DST show.
You like that? You like that?